Breaking news today. Russia claims that the West is at direct war with them in Ukraine. Sergei Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister, recently claimed that Western countries were directly involved in the conflict in Ukraine. On Saturday, local time, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that the West's support for Ukraine amounted to a direct military confrontation with Moscow. You can label it whatever you like, but the fact remains that they are actively opposing us. Lavrov said at a UN press conference, "We call it a hybrid war, but that doesn't change things." Vice President Joe Biden has repeatedly stated that he will not send American troops to a conflict with Russia, another nuclear power. His administration also denounced Ukrainian incursions into Russian territory. Since Russia's attack on Ukraine last year, however, the West has provided billions of dollars worth of military equipment, intelligence support, and military advisors. Using the hands and bodies of Ukrainians, the West is de facto fighting against us, Lavrov said. I think everybody present here who pays at least some attention to the situation in Ukraine knows very well that Americans, Britons, and others are fighting, first of all, through providing more and more weapons, he said. He further alluded to Western mercenaries operating in Ukraine. Despite warnings from the United States and other Western governments, some fighters have nonetheless made their way to Ukraine on their own. All eyes were on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who had flown to New York to appeal for greater support against the invasion while Lavrov was participating in the annual United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. On Wednesday, Zelensky spoke at a special session of the Security Council and called for Russia to lose its veto power. After the Ukrainian president had already spoken, Lavrov finally arrived. I saw it on television. Lavrov remarked. He seemed rather gloomy. But I have to take care of my own business. Why waste time listening to him when we already knew what he was going to say, he continued. Zelensky has advocated for a 10-point plan to end the war, including a full Russian withdrawal from Ukrainian territory, including Crimea, which Moscow annexed in 2014, and the establishment of a special tribunal to investigate and punish war crimes. After hearing Zelensky's plan, Lavrov laughed it off and blasted the United States and the European Union for supporting it. In spite of the fact that it is not realistic and everybody understands this, Lavrov emphasized that this is the only basis for negotiations. We conclude that no one is serious about demonstrating an understanding of what is happening, he continued. Under the current conditions, if they say it's on the battlefield, then fine, it'll be on the battlefield. Regarding a resolution to the conflict, Sergei Lavrov, Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, gave a press conference in New York on the eve of the 78th United Nations General Assembly. Picture by Reuters.